get lost because it does move so quick. So it's always helpful to have had those experiences in the past. But it's fun to be able to let things happen organically and work on things and have it be a collaborative experience. Whereas sometimes with TV and movies too, you're working on stuff yourself. You're bringing it in and lights, camera, action. You're shooting right away.
I'm sorry, Dawn. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I didn't know if you were going to talk. Sorry about that.
Well, I was just wondering, you played, of course, on Hot in Cleveland with all the women, and then also on Desperate Housewives. Is it because every time I mention your name, I get, oh, he's cute?
I don't know. That's nice of you or of them to say.
Yeah. Well, I watched the behind-the-scenes trailer thing that they had on for Ted and for Better Off Ted. And one of the guys was talking about you and said that you were cute. And then the other guy he was talking to said, well, I don't know if I'll agree with that. And then he kind of mumbled under his breath, yeah, he's cute. When I tweeted it out, I get, oh, he's cute. And put it on social media. So I just thought it was funny. I thought maybe that's how everybody sees you, besides being talented, that you need to be with all these women on these different shows.
Well, if that gets in my next job, then I'll take it.
Yeah. How did you end up getting the role on Desperate Housewives? Because that was another phenomenal show.
Yeah, that was the audition experience. Going in and reading for Mark Cherry, and it was the second season, and they were looking to shake up their storylines, and they had such a big, successful first year, and I think that they didn't quite know where to go with the stories, and they thought bring in someone different, and I got to be there for a few months, and that was another. I referenced this sort of pop culture things that happen in this business, and certainly Desperate Housewives is one of them, and then Hot in Cleveland is another, to have worked with certain people and certain experiences that are going to sort of last over time in terms of their memories. It's pretty cool to be a part of.
And I'm sure they were happy to have you as well. How do you research your roles?
It depends. Nothing. I don't play many characters that are too far off from who I am, but it's always sort of, I bring myself to a role a little bit, unless it's something completely outlandish. But it wasn't hard to imagine what it's like to be the head of a research and development company, because I have friends that have regular jobs, and I know how they, what they do, sort of.
Right.
But when it comes to something much more intense, I haven't really had the experience to have to dig deep into finding what makes someone tick.
Well, yeah, because I noticed you play either a doctor or a cop quite a bit. So.
Yeah. As do most men my age on television, you'll find.
Yeah.
If you break down most shows, it's either about cops or lawyers or FBI agents.
Which one's more fun for you?
Oh, a funny story about Desperate Housewives. I played a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
My first day of work, my first scene was in an exam room in the hospital, and I was holding an X-ray of Terry Hatcher's torso, showing her what was the matter. She wasn't feeling well, and I had to point to what was the spleen, and I had absolutely no idea where it was, and I didn't even know what the scene was going to be honest, because stuff changed so quickly that the camera was rolling, and I was asking the cameraman where he thinks the spleen was.
So no!
In which area should I indicate at this moment? Because So, so that was fun.
Yeah. Well, if you could work with any actor, director with unlimited money to make a movie, who would you choose to be in it, and what would the movie be about?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. Because I have sort of an answer that I thought about before. If you could work with anyone, and I really believe that there's no one that I say, I would love to only work with this person or that, because what's exciting about film and then TV, but with films, is directors come out of really successful directors can really come out of nowhere. You have Steven Soderbergh, who's done great things, with the Ocean's 11 and fun movies, but he got his chance because he took risks and he made a cool small independent movie, and Scorsese, going back way before, makes these grand movies now, but all these guys got their shot. So I would say it'd be fun to pick that movie, that working with that person who's gonna pop. That's what I'm excited.
Right, give him a chance and help him build his career.
A chance, and have that be something that starts from nothing and becomes great.
Yeah, and then you can always say, "I was the man behind the man."
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Jay, I understand that you are an avid sports fan, and I just have to ask you: do you follow college basketball at all?
I do. I just filled out my bracket yesterday.
I knew it.
Yeah, I did, and I went to Syracuse, so I got them going all the way to the Final Four.
I've heard that more than one. I love the NCAA March Madness this time of year. It's just so right up my alley. And, of course, I'm a Carolina Tar Heels girl. So
I was going to say, that must be your team, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say, do you like Duke? Because I probably would have muted you or something.
Yeah. I can tell you said North Carolina.
Yeah, that's true. I usually do the brackets, and so far this year I have not done it. I mean, I've got till noon tomorrow. What's the deadline on that? Because I don't want the games to start and then I miss it.
I think you should finish it by tonight, because they start at least out here very early. So yeah, I mean, you might have till noon, but I would get it done by.
I'll get it done this evening then. Well, of course, I did look at the bracket to see the teams that were in it and everything, and of course, I thought it was very strategically crafted that, Carolina and Duke were put in opposing brackets, and it's like the likelihood they could very well play again. It's like, no, not all over again. But who do you said you got Syracuse going all the way?
Yeah. I have them playing. I have them meeting, they just lost in the Big East tournament to Louisville, and I have them facing Louisville again.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that would be a good game. Good matchup.
Yeah.
Who do you think
my sleeper team coming out is to win a couple games is Bucknell. So look out. They might do some. They might make some noise. Just think of them.
Well, it's always interesting the first two rounds anyway, because teams that you would expect to. I mean, it's always crazy the way teams you expect to go really far end up losing in the first round, second round, and it's just like, I guess that's why they call it March Madness. It's crazy.
There you go.
Pam is not a big fan like that. She's a huge hockey fan. I'm a huge basketball fan, so it's kind of like the yin and yang of sports here for she and I. But who do you have in the Final Four?
I got, if I remember correctly, Syracuse, Louisville, I wish I had it in front of me. I don't remember. Gonzaga and Florida, maybe, or I forget who the fourth is. I forget who I have. Oh,
well,
wait,
I'm totally fine that you did not pick Carolina in the Final Four, just so long as you don't have Duke in the Final Four. So we're good.
I do not have Duke, and I don't have Carolina. No, I don't think that either of them have it this year.
No, they don't. Carolina especially. Early on in Carolina's season, there was a lot of talk. I actually work at the university, and there was a lot of talk around campus going, we wonder if Carolina's going to even get a bid for the NCAA. That was the big fodder on campus. It just was unheard of that they were playing so poorly, and then they kind of gained some momentum, and And I mean, the ACC tournament was last weekend, and lo and behold, they were in the final game, the championship game. It's like, who knew, you know? So another crazy tournament, you know?
That's right. And Pam, you're a hockey fan, are you?
Yes. I love my Blackhawks.
I bet you do. I grew up playing hockey, and I'm a big Boston Bruins fan. So wouldn't it be fun to see the Bruins play the Blackhawks?
Well, sure it would, as long as the Blackhawks win.
Well, those fighting words.
Well, I don't know if you've paid attention, but they've won the majority of the games that they've played so far.
I have paid attention. In fact, I saw them play the first game of the season out here in L.A.
You went to the game?
I did. I saw them play the Kings.
Oh, lucky you. I haven't been to a game, and I can't even tell you how long. And probably about 2 weeks ago, my husband comes home from work, and he says, don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to the Hawks game. I said, what? He says, yeah, one of the guys at work gave me a pair of tickets to go. I says, and you barely watch it. I watch every single game. You hear me screaming at the TV. The dog hides under the bed, and you're the one going to the game. I don't think that's fair.
That's not fair.
That
is
was
not fair at all.
Right. That's divorce time.
That's just wrong on so many levels. I mean,
I know. And I did play hockey as a child, and I remember getting hit with the hockey stick on my thumb, and my thumbnail fell off. So those are my wonderful memories. Yeah.
You really played. I love it.
Yeah, I did. It was floor hockey. It wasn't ice hockey, but I still played.
Oh, it's still fun. That was my favorite gym activity when you came into the gym in elementary school and they had all the floor hockey stuff set up.
Right. Yep. Exactly. And who knew that, I would also do tap and ballet and all that other stuff. But I had a little bit of the boy in me, I guess. Do you still play hockey?
I do. I play a couple times a week. A lot of guys out here I play with are from the East Coast. A couple from Chicago, in fact. So, yeah, I do it to keep busy and to keep my mind straight.
And how's your ankles? I know that affects your ankles.
Knock on wood. Everything's fine.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, we do have a caller. If you wouldn't mind answering the call, would that be okay?
Of course.
Okay, great. David, you're on the air live with Jay.
Hey, Jay.
How you
doing,
doing,
David? Sir. I'm doing good, sir.
Good.
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
One, growing up, who were your idols in the movies and television? And why?
When I was a kid, one of my favorite shows was Family Ties. So Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. Mm-hmm. And then he actually, turned right into movies. And in the same way, Tom Hanks, watching him on Bosom Buddies, and even I remember his guest star as Michael J. Fox's uncle on Family Ties.
Yeah.
And then what he's been able to do with his career. So certainly those two guys.
And
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a comic genius. Okay. Out of all the girls on Hot in Cleveland, what do they each bring to the table to make it a nice place for you?
Well, they're all firstly just lovely ladies, just very nice people. They're professional, and they love what they do. They love coming to work every day, and so that makes for a real great work atmosphere.
David?
Yeah, and I'm just posing in my question here. I'm sorry.
I didn't know if I lost you.
No, I'm still here. I'm sorry. Now, with the youngsters coming up, who do you think is a good up and comer for going to make it in the business?
youngsters in the movie world.
Yeah.